Hi, it's Patrick Hutzel from intensivecarehotline.com with another quick tip for families in intensive care. Today I want to read out a comment from Kale on my YouTube channel. And Kale says, or makes a comment underneath the video where I talk about how long does it take to wake up after a hypoxic brain injury. So Kale writes, my mum was going through this after a heart attack. She had COPD for years as well. After 3 days, we pulled her off life support. It was the hardest thing to do, but after 3 days, sitting beside her and knowing how she thinks, and not knowing how she thinks, I hope we made the right decision. Apparently, her injury was global. Her lungs were that fragile from years of illness. So on Sunday, the 7th of March, we as a family pulled life support. She passed away 8 hours later on March the 8th. We buried her yesterday, 12th of March, and our world has been torn apart. I'm very sorry, Kale, to hear that. And it is very, very difficult making decisions for your loved one when they are in intensive care in those life-threatening situations. You know, there's no hard and fast rule. There's no right or wrong situation. It really is only right for you as a family for that decision to make. Now, my advice here is always that you should make a decision today that you don't regret in 12 months or in 24 months' time, because, you know, often these decisions are made under intense stress and intense emotions, right? So therefore, I often highly recommend just to take a few days to think about these things, you know, given that you are writing about this on my YouTube channel and given that you are still watching videos, you know, I'm not sure whether you are sure whether you've made the right decision or not. You know, you can't turn back from a quote unquote pulling the plug situation, right? It's too late now. And I argue that 3 days in ICU is not a long time. That doesn't give you enough time to get all the information that you need in order to make literally a life or death decision. So that is my only advice here. Maybe you have discussed it with your mum prior to this, you know, you might have been in a good spot to make that decision, but that's not really what I'm reading from your comments. It sounds to me like your world has been shredded into pieces, and I can understand that it's terrible. And I'm so sorry for you and your family, what you are describing here. But for anyone watching this or reading this and who is in a similar situation to Kale, you know, take your time. Take your time. Watch more videos. Get some one-on-one consulting. You know, do all your due diligence. 3 days in ICU is not a long time. I know that because I have worked in intensive care for nearly 25 years in 3 different countries, where I also worked as a nurse manager for over 5 years in intensive care, right? And I have been consulting and advocating for families in intensive care all around the world since 2013. And I can say without the slightest hint of exaggeration that we have saved lives with intensivecarehotline.com consulting and advocacy, right? We have saved many lives of patients in intensive care where intensive care teams wanted to, quote unquote, pull the plug. And we successfully intervened more than once, right? And we've given more than, you know, 1 second opinion and saying, no, here are treatment options, here are treatment options. You know, have you considered taking your loved one home for end of life care? You know, have you considered that? Okay, I don't know. You know, there are services now like intensivecareathome.com that can provide end of life care at home, palliative care at home. So I just thought I found it an interesting comment. And Kale, thanks again for sharing. I just want anyone to know who's in a similar situation. You know, 3 days in ICU is not a long time, right? And do your own research. And that's why we've created a membership for families of critically ill patients in intensive care here at intensivecarehotline.com. If you go to intensivecarehotline.com and you click on the membership link, you can have access to our membership for families of critically ill patients in intensive care. In the membership, you have access to me and my team 24 hours a day in the membership area and via email, and we answer all questions intensive care related. In the membership, you also have access to 21 ebooks and 21 videos, specifically written and recorded for families in intensive care to help them steer the territory, the difficult territory that is intensive care, with proven strategies and tips. I also offer one-on-one consulting and advocacy over the phone, Skype, Zoom, WhatsApp, whichever medium works best for you, so that you can make informed decisions, have peace of mind, control, power, and influence. I talk to you and your families directly. I talk to doctors and nurses directly, and you will see that the dynamics change very quickly in your favor if you have concerns with intensive care teams and what they're doing, or potentially what they're not doing. Moreover, I also represent you in family meetings with intensive care teams, once again, so that you make informed decisions, have peace of mind, control, power, and influence. And I ask all the questions with the doctors and nurses that you haven't even considered asking, but must be asked when you have a loved one in intensive care. We also offer medical record reviews in real time if you want a second opinion in real time. We also offer medical record reviews after intensive care if you have unanswered questions, if you need closure, or if you are simply suspecting medical negligence. Now, and all of that you get at intensivecarehotline.com. Call us on one of the numbers on the top of our website, or simply send us an email to support@intensivecarehotline.com with your questions. Thank you so much for watching. This is Patrick Hutzel, and if you like my videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel for regular updates for families in intensive care. Click the like button, click the notification bell, share the video with your friends and families, comment below what you want to see next, what questions and insights you have. Thank you so much for watching. This is Patrick Hutzel from intensivecarehotline.com, and I will talk to you in a few days. Take care for now.